ATK Road Rex here. This video is designed to help you learn how your car handles and how you feel about that. I encourage you to watch my ACC initial setup video that we have at the Attack Motorsport International Sim Racing Team's website, as that will at least get your basis started on what you need. And this one I recommend for you, for your car. And once you get the setup here, you can likely transfer it over to other tracks and other conditions with some minor adjustments. And every car has a little bit of a different feel to it, potentially. So what this will do is take that initial setting that hopefully you worked on according to the last video and take it to some extremes so you get the idea of how your car feels when things get rigid. Is a car starting to skip or slide a lot, or is it getting better? And one thing, everybody wants the fastest time, and no doubt about that. So people are copying other people's recommendations, and it's just not working for them. And part of it is it's either our own driver error, our lack of skill, and sometimes it just doesn't work for us. Some friends of mine who've been in the racing industry will tell you that every driver likes a car to be a little bit stiffer, a little bit softer, and that's just the way that it is. So what this is going to do is I'll show you how I went through extremes, and I even found out, one, that my times weren't all that different, whether I had a very stiff car or very soft suspension. Now, yeah, okay, say 3/10 a lap is a big deal over 20 laps. I get that. I'm not trying to knock that down, but when you think of the long term, people want to go after these suspension modifications, like I'm going to save 5 seconds a lap by doing the suspension mod, and it's really about your driving more than anything else. But if you know how your car handles, and then you can start modulating things for each track and each scenario, and hopefully become a better driver with that. So the second thing that I found is that I did better when my suspension was a lot more stiffer than I typically run it. So I learned something here too. And you'll see that in this video and what I did. And hopefully it'll be something you can use and make your racing and driving better. So enjoy. Okay, I'm going to play around with taking some of the grip and such out. I'm not going to mess with anti-roll bars or aero at this point. I'm just trying to see how squishy we can make this. Is that all the way? Yeah. And just see how it handles. Whoops. Oops, not range all the way up. Give it more travel. Okay, I'm going to leave the dampers the same, so mechanical grip is loosened, dampers are the same. And let's do a trial run here. All right, I'm also not going to be messing with tire pressure. Again, we'll do a mediocre lap out just to get the tires warmed up, and then 1 or 2 more laps after that. Just to see. I could do more, but just for the sake of time, I'll try to do no more than an out lap and a single lap. Unless I really mess up the single lap, then I'll attempt to do another one. So, all right, just a warm-up lap here. Getting a little slippery through that corner. 141, let's do another lap. Whoa. Just so this way I can see the green or red badge in the upper left. might be considered oversteer. It just felt more like the car was sliding out. I'm not sure that it was oversteer. That actually felt like a little bit of understeer right there. A little bit of understeer here, maybe. Hard to know. I'm inexperienced. But here we are. It just doesn't quite feel like it's biting very well, but not bad. What's this time going to be? 140.7? Okay, so this time we'll do the opposite here. Let's make it super stiff. Again, we'll keep the dampers the same for this one. Let's give it a whirl. So that was a 140.7. Guess I could have saved it. That's all right. Yeah, I didn't make too many mistakes. I'll just consider that fair. Good enough. So 140.8. Let's load that back up. Now we're going to take all the bump and rebound out of the dampers. And still, this is my original setting on mechanical grip. Whoops. And again, this is all left the same from the setting too. All right, let's try it again. All right, let's see what we can do. This damperless vehicle. A little bit of, lost it there. A little bit of slipperiness. I'm already 3/10 behind. Unless I make up some time, I'm gonna run another lap here. Ooh. Ran got away from me a little bit. I want to run another lap. It's just, again, it just feels slippery. Doesn't feel too bad on this lap compared to the first. Just have to get used to it. Just sliding out there a little bit more than what I think it should. But it's turning the car in, so that's what we want. All right, not bad. Basically the same time. All right, so let's reverse the dampers. Okay, mechanical grips, aero, everything stays the same. Tire pressure, even though it may be off, stays the same. Let's just stiffen this all the way up here. And let's try it again. All right, here we go. Tire pressure still a little low. right, not bad. 140.2. Okay, so let's do them both at the same time now. So I'm going to make everything as loose as possible. On both the spring rate and the dampers. Oops, wrong way. All right, so I'm 4/10 behind. Let's try this again. Now they got a little bit of a feel for the car. I'd like to take that faster. I know the line's green, but it just seems like the car is wanting to slide out and go off the track. So, and again, my disclaimer is I don't consider myself a good driver or even average for that matter, but I do like to have fun, which I certainly enjoy this. Uh-oh. Yep, just a little soft. All right, let's try it the other way now. Oops, wrong button, or wrong screen. Okay, so now we're going to stiffen everything up here. But I am going to keep that bump stop range up. Oh no, let's bring it down. Let's just see what it does. So it should limit my travel, make the car quite a bit stiffer. I'll tell you though, so far, I mean, I'm not plowing, which I've experienced in another unmentionable game. It seems like it's more always on the oversteer with this, and if I adjust my arrow, my ride height, that could change a lot of that. But again, I'm leaving that set just for consistency, testability reasons. I go making up words again, I think. I do think the stiffer feels better than the soft. turn in. Felt decent. Slowed down too much there. Still not used to this track, sadly. So my best is in the 139 range. That is 139.8. That might be my best lap ever. Let's find out. Yeah, by 1/10 of a second. Just technically the track is 30C. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it at this point. Okay, so let's go back to my original setting and just see how that feels now. This was my previous best lap from my earlier video. Now let's get on the track. So that feels pretty good. I didn't feel like I was completely going to lose it. Oops, probably took that a little too slow. Didn't mess that up that time. I definitely lost some time there. I'll lose some here too. It's not bad. I'll keep this lap, and even mistakes and all. Still about 140 flat, which I think is what I had on this setting previously anyway. All right, let's go back to my, got another setting that I did a 139 on. Slower than the one I just finished by 1/10 of a second. The reason I'm bringing this up is this has not only the maximum wheel rate and bump stop rate, but I also did maximum bump stop range, which allows a lot more travel. And then everything here on the damper side is also maxed out. So this was my Is that right? Yes. Earliest best time, or best time I did earlier. Let's just see how I can do now, and see if I can beat my. Yeah, that turn still felt the best. That felt pretty good. Up. A little bit oversteery there. A little oversteery there. A little oversteery there. Let's try this again. It's 139.9. I think that's what I did last time in this. So I'm not going to be too concerned about it, even with those mistakes. All right, so there we have it. Just some different extremes. And I'm liking this car more on the stiffer side. And again, that's not readjusting tire pressure or checking the camber or doing any aero adjustments. And those are the things you need to stay on top of, particularly tire and the air adjustments. Again, you can max the camber out, and this, you're not going to drive through a bunch of tires usually on these races. They're only 10 minutes long. But there you have it. So keep the tire pressure up. If you want to do the camber, up to you. And adjust your aero. You can tip the ride height up if you need more turn in. You can bring it down if you don't. And again, it's not just the rear. I mean, you have to look at what your front is too. So my front end's really high, and my rear end is lowish. That changes the rake. So my rear end's gonna have to be higher, even more, to produce the same rake that I had before. And you can see that down on the bottom of the front aero variation. I don't remember my original settings.
All right, food for thought. Enjoy.
All right, so there we have it. There's some of the extreme adjustments and how it worked for me. Again, I found out that I tend to like the car a little more stiffer than what I've normally been doing, at least on this track. There will be reasons to adjust it differently for different tracks, but um, I think it's going to be basically the same for the car on these tracks without a whole lot of extremes other than trying to go over curbs and things of that nature. Um, anyway, I hope this works out for you. I hope it gives you a better understanding of your car and your driving and can help make you a better, faster racer when it's all said and done. All right, enjoy.